Hi Maniacs. The Pokemon market is crashing, and I think it's inevitable that we have to kind of manage this change. We are seeing that the Pokemon market definitely is moving towards a more lower price, higher quantity type environment, and I think a lot of us has been waiting for this for quite some time now. For the past year, the Pokemon market has been on the rise, and we finally see that we are starting to slow down and get prices dipping again. I think that this is something that we have to think about when doing business and when collecting. Let's open this Mega Kangaskhan EX box while we discuss how you can capitalize on the Pokemon market crashing. Black Star promo, jumbo card. We have our pack selection, 2 Journey Together and 2 Mega Evolution packs. I think that a lot of us, both as business owners and collectors, are getting worried whenever the market starts to drop, especially when it starts to drop as much as we're seeing right now. I don't think that it's overwhelming with the prices that are going down currently, but I do think it's quite overwhelming that it's seemingly across everything. We see maybe kind of less of an interest in a few of the sets that have come out. We're seeing less interest in Phantasmal Flames, which just released when the time of recording this. And I think it's interesting and also kind of scary to witness. For me... Okay, pause. Wow, what a hit to start off on. Okay, such a beautiful card. Centering? Not so much. What I want to focus on in this video is that I think a lot of us are seeing red flags everywhere. You know, that we should drop our products, sell everything, and make sure that we don't lose any money in this transition into the market. Kind of slowing down and maybe prices finding a more reasonable place. But I do think that we can capitalize, and I do think that we have a few things to do that are super important in terms of how we are going to manage this change, both as collectors and business owners. And I think as a collector, you are looking into a great time, basically. It will be much easier for us to get access to products. Pokemon Company has upped their printing facilities, they have started doing new things, and we are seeing larger quantities of products being distributed over the next few sets. So even though we don't know much about, the sets coming up and everything, I do feel like we can be pretty certain that there will be more products for us to get our hands on, which is super exciting and something we've been waiting for quite some time, I would say. So that's the first point, is to get excited that it's going to be a lot easier to collect. And I think second of all, I think it's very important that you, especially as a business owner, it's quite important that you look at the opportunities rather than looking at all the places that you can fail or lose money during this transition. And I think one of the things that I personally am looking forward to is possible distribution. I think with more printing coming up, with less interest maybe overall in the product and in reselling the product, scalping, all these things that we have seen over the past year, I do think a lot of that will kind of fade away. I do think it might be easier to actually get your foot into the distributors that carry Pokemon around the world. So at least for me, I do believe that that's something that I really want to look into. And hopefully that will be a lot easier once we are seeing more of what this transition will actually mean to the Pokemon market. So getting access to products, getting access to distribution, I think collector and business wise, those are some of the top points on how we can capitalize. What is going on with these packs? Okay, so going into the last pack, I don't know if we have any more magic in this box. It's been crazy so far. But going into this last pack, I kind of want to emphasize that the market has been this way previously. I haven't really been around for these types of dips. This was my first kind of crazy rise of the market. But I know this has happened before, and it's not really that many years ago. And with everything like stocks, Pokemon cards, I don't know, gold prices, whatever, things usually tend to go up and down. So I don't think we should be too worried or discouraged just because this is happening. It just means that the market is continuously volatile. It also is the reason that products can rise in prices quickly, as we have witnessed over the past year. So I think it's quite important to embrace this transition. And of course, looking into making sure that you utilize what you can. I mean, You can of course sell some of your stuff now, but if you don't need the money, you can hold on to it, and in a few years we'll see, you know, the skyrocketing of prices once again, like we just did this past year. So I do think that you can do so many things to just stay on track, enjoy the hobby, and make sure that you are doing business and doing collecting in the way that makes you happy. And another hit. So yeah, I do really think that we have a few things we can do in order to make sure that we are thriving in this change and in this new market that we will see in 2026. I also think it will welcome a lot of new collectors, and maybe some of the collectors who had to tap out during this crazy market the past year. I think some of them might be able to come back to us. My thoughts is definitely keep on collecting, keep on doing business. This is a time of opportunity for all of us. Just, you know, take it slow, take it easy, and take it day by day, and we'll be able to make great business, great money, and great collections during this time of calmness in the Pokemon community. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to check out the Fleanomania website. Probably good deals coming up now that the market is crashing. We do have some singles for sale still. They will be removed from the site before Black Friday, so get your deal in from the leftover single days offers. And yeah, make sure that you like this video, subscribe, and click the bell notification if you want to see whenever I'm here with a new video or whenever I go live with live breaks. That'll be your channel. Remember to follow me on all social media platforms linked in the description. I'm so happy that you stayed for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!